Okay. You see them now? They're kind of dry. And so when you put them in the water like this, the water diffuses into the carrot, into the central vacuole. And that causes pressure to go onto the walls of the carrot. And so the turgor pressure goes up, which is, the turgor pressure is the pressure exerted on the walls of the carrot. And so when basically the water stops diffusing in because it's at an equilibrium, which means that there's no net movement. And that's why the carrots don't explode. Okay, son, I'm gonna teach you about osmosis. Pen's not working. See this YouTube here?
Yeah.
Let's say there's some water here, a couple of solutes, and there's some more water here, and there's some more solutes in this side than the other. And right here is a selectively permeable membrane.
What's that mean?
That means that it chooses what goes through it. So in this case, it lets water through and not the solutes. So as you can see, there's more solutes on this side than on the other side. So this is what would happen. Water would diffuse through the selectively permeable membrane onto the other side with more solutes. And that causes the water to go down on this side, and the water to go up on this side.
Wow!
And this process is called osmosis. With water diffusion. Hello, son.
Hi!
I heard you failed your bio test.
You already heard that, I told you.
I know, but I'm saying it again. Anyway, well, let's do some cappuccino bio. Oh. Now, let me put a pinch of this here cappuccino into this water. Okay, now anyway, I want you to try it now.
Yucky!
Why is it yucky?
It's a little powder.
So that means that it's hypoosmotic.
What's that mean?
That means there's too little solute in the diffusion because there's not enough powder to go through the whole glass of water, so it tastes gross.
Yucky.
Okay, now let me change it up here. Okay. Now try it again, son. What's wrong now?
It's too much.
That means it's hyperosmotic, which means there's too much solute in the diffusion, so it tastes gross.
Yucky.
And now look here, I'm gonna grab a glass of this other cappuccino. Here, try it now.
Oh, no.
It tastes good because there's an equal state of diffusion in the cappuccino.
I like the fusion.
I bet you do.
Yes, son. What?
Osmotic solution.
You're so smart.
What you smoking that new cigarette for?
Well, my son, I want to teach you about concentration gradient. You see how all the smoke's around me, and then way down yonder, the smoke is all not a lot? Well, concentration gradient is the difference between the two concentrations. Yeah.
Mama, it's cold in here.
Well, son, that's because we need some homeostasis up in here. The tendency of biological systems to maintain a state of equilibrium. Look at here, son. It's real cold outside. So what we want to do is we want to shut all the windows to keep the temperature in this room from changing. We want to regulate the environment so there is no temperature change over time. So we stay nice and toasty warm inside our house.
Wow. Hey, Daddy. I was wondering what cytosis was.
Cytosis is a gradual swelling of a cell until it bursts, and we'll use this balloon as an example.
Why are you crying, son? Oh, you are still failing biology, aren't you? Well, you may not know this, but your crying is an example of active transport, the transport of substance through a cellular membrane that requires energy. You are using energy as the tears leave your body. This happens through exocytosis, the transport of material out of the cell through the membrane of the cell. Here's a picture to help you get it. As you see, son, the materials left the cell, but endocytosis is quite the opposite. The materials will move into the cell rather than out. Here's an example. Well, son, unlike active transport, passive transport is the transport of a cellular substance without the usage of cell energy. This happens because the molecules move on their own from areas of higher concentration to areas of lower concentration, almost how water moves downhill. Now, osmosis and diffusion are examples of passive transport on their own, for the molecules move on their own and do not use any energy. Part of endocytosis. Phagocytosis is the ingestion of matter by cells. The cell will engulf foreign matter through a small packet or infolding, much like a white blood cell and even Pac-Man. Part of endocytosis. Pinocytosis is the ingestion of liquid into cells by packets and enfoldings. Almost as you were a cell of yourself, you would ingest that liquid.